Hey golf fans, this is early 1981 and welcome back to the channel. Today we are back with some more PGA Tour 2K23 and Arctic Fury has recently dropped a brand new course. It's the second PGA Tour 2K23 design and it is called Sheep's Hill, Newfoundland. So let's check it out. It is a par 72. Fairways and greens are firm. The green speed is medium. Weather is clear and the time of day is morning. Let's check out the course settings. There are 3 tee options. We will be swinging from the black tees, which are playing 7,220 yards, and as always, pin set number 1. Now, thank you so much for the continued support on the channel. It truly is appreciated. I am so close to 6,000 subscribers, so if you haven't already done so, please make sure to smash the subscribe button. And if you are enjoying the content, please leave a like. It does truly help. But look at this for an opening hole. As high winds, we've got a 14 mile per hour wind, so I'm going to try and draw this against the wind and find the center of the fairway. Oh, there's a huge slope, and that is probably going to be punished. Looks like we are headed for the heavy rough or the sand. I did get a nice kick there, but it has remained in the heavy rough, and this is going to be a tough shot to get up onto the dance floor from here. But every time I play an Arctic Fury course, the golf is secondary. The golf is actually just a distraction. His courses really are magical. That ball didn't come out as far as I would have liked, but it is going to leave me a chip shot. Hopefully that we can get up and down for the par. So not the best of starts here. Hacking my way around the first hole. Let's fully attack this with full backspin. That does sit down pretty quickly. And I do really find the short game on PGA Tour 2K23 far easier than EA Sports PGA Tour. People keep asking me early, what's the best game? They're 2 completely different games, guys, and there is enough room for the 2 of them in any golfer's console or PC. And the competition between the 2 rival companies can only mean a win-win situation for us, the consumer. So let's try and play a fade shot here, but look at these stunning views. There's an overpower perfect. That should work out really, really well. Please don't tell me this is going to kick into the heavy rough. I fully expected that fairway to kick right. That's very deceiving. So I'm going to struggle to get there in 2. It's going to have to be the 4 iron. And I'm going to apply a lot of loft here just to try and get this ball up in the air and maybe kick it on from the fairway. That's a laser beam perfect. We should get a firm kick here. That is a beautiful kick. Links golf-esque there, but it is going to leave me a huge uphill putt. 85 feet, uphill by 3 feet. I'm just looking to lag this as close to the cup as possible. And hopefully we can pick up our first birdie of the round. Struggling to get the vibration here. Okay, we've got the weight. That's a horrible putt line though. It should start to turn back towards the cup. It's trying its best to, almost pin high. Green speeds are 141. Fairly slow, but I do rattle that in for my first birdie off the round, and I am really finding the transition from EA Sports PGA Tour back to PGA Tour 2K23 extremely difficult. But look at the views in this hole here. This is a remarkable looking golf course. My jaw is just literally hitting the ground here, playing this with my mouth wide open, catching flies. But let's see if I can fade this against the wind. As long as I don't hit a fast here, we should be good. We are 24 feet above the green, so 8 iron should be ideal. It's a tiny slope. That ball's tracking well. Is it going to run out? That's a fantastic tee shot, and that is going to set me up for my second birdie of the round. Back-to-back birdies gets me to 2 under par. We are starting to get a feel for the game now. Hole number 4, dogleg left. Uphill par 4 by the looks of things. You don't want to be right with the tee shot here. So I'm trying to play this down the left-hand side, and the fairway should kick me over to the right. Those houses on the cliff front off there in the distance to the right somehow remind me of Balamori. I'm not sure if that's still in the go, but when my two lads were young, they used to enjoy watching it. Just the houses there and the colours remind me of the street in Balamori. So a 14-mile-per-hour wind behind me. I'm really in between clubs here. I'm probably actually going to have to play the very unrealistic pitch shot here from this distance. I've just applied a lot of loft. Try and land this at the front of the green, and it should work its way out and towards the pin. That's a nice strike. That needs to go, though. I needed to land that on the green. We just landed it on the fringe, and that didn't help with the distance. But it is going to leave me a birdie putt. 34 feet, slightly uphill, turning from left to right. A little convenience corner shop up there as well. Is that going to turn? Is that? Oh, it is going to turn. We are going to miss it on the right-hand side. Hopefully we can convert this 4-footer for the par. I power that right into the heart of the cup, and I will remain at 2 under. Hole in number 5. I've got wind advantage here off the tee box. So with this 14-mile-per-hour wind, I'm just going to apply high loft, and we may make the front of the green here. It's a nice strike. This ball should really carry and run out. But the views out with the course truly are spectacular. I expected that ball to run out further there. 82 yards with that 14-mile-per-hour wind. I'm going to pitch this. Let's go to Sam Wedge and come back to the pitch. Oh my goodness, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons here. I'm still in EA Sports PGA Tour mode, but I am trying to pitch this with a Sam Wedge. Just applying full backspin here. And try to land this as close to the flag as possible. Oh, that's a slight slow. We are going to miss on the right-hand side. Yardage should be good. Should be a very makeable putt from 10 feet out. A little bit of movement left to right here. Very little in this. It should hold its line. It does. It is my 3rd birdie of the round, and I do move to 3 under par. Hole number 6. Downhill par 3. 12-mile-per-hour wind blowing from left to right here. We don't want to be right at the pin, because that ball's just going to disappear down that shelf. So let's try and draw this 5-iron from right to left against the wind and see if we can get this running up towards the pin. There's a perfect. This should be really, really good. This should kick out firmly. That's a fantastic approach. I really expected a little bit more run out there. It's an 18-foot putt, 5 inches uphill, turning from left to right. Needs to stay up. That's going to miss on the low side. Had the weight, just didn't have the read. But that will be another solid tap-in par. Hole in number 7. Look at the rock work here off in the distance. Wow. I would say this is one of Arctic Fury's more tougher courses, especially off the tee box. I'm going to have to aim this way out on the right-hand side and hope that wind does bring me back. There's a perfect, but it's an absolutely horrible swing line. It's going to work out. It's going to work out really well, but what on earth was that swing line there? 309 yards, so 204 yards, up 26 feet, 12-mile-per-hour wind in my face. 4-iron should be good. Just going to apply a little bit of D-loft and topspin because this wind will really hold the ball up. Playing for the left-hand side of the pin here for that slope. It's a lovely strike. Come on, wind. That wind's not held me up as much as I expected. Don't say this is going to run off. No way. No way. That is a really punishing runoff. You don't want to be long past that pin. But that wind done very little there. Let's try and get this one running up towards the flag stick. Oh, it's a huge fast. Yardage is going to be decent. It's actually a little bit long. Thankfully, it's a straightforward putt for the birdie. Still confused by that wind. It's a solid birdie putt. It's her 4th birdie of the front 9 so far, and hole number 8. Let's try and take this down the left centre of the fairway with a little bit of draw. Tiny fast, but that is going to work out well. But this is a completely different look from Arctic Fury here.
This one is around 180 yards.
He's really pushed the boat out in this golf course. It really is remarkable. It plays as good as it looks. So another draw shot here just to try and get this landing at the front of the green. That's a good strike. It's tracking well. I think we're actually going to land on the fairway here. This should still work out really well. That is a fantastic golf shot. Just makes it onto the green.
This could take you to 5 under.
This is a very makeable putt from 19 feet. Breaking both ways, but I'm just going to favour the left edge of the cup here and play this one firm. We've got the weight. Have we got the read? We do have the read. That is a very good putt. It does get me to 5 under par. And we move on to the final hole of the front 9. This is a drivable par 4. Let's apply a lot of loft and a lot of draw here. Try to play for the left-hand side of the green. We should comfortably get there. There's the perfect. That ball's not turning though. This ball's going to kick hard right and work its way off the green, sadly. I think my swing line was the main issue there. Oh, this is horrible. What a horrible lie. Right on the face of this mound that the green sits upon. Well, let's see if I can play a delicate chip shot here. Going to have to aim way left of the pin. Ball's going to shoot hard right. Run out, run out, run out, get in the hole. Almost chipped that in for an eagle. That was a fantastic touch on the green there. I do get to 6 under par. So solid front 9. This is going better than I expected, you know. But hole number 10. This is a long par 5. Uphill as well. 18 mile per hour wind. So let's fade it against the wind. There's a tiny slope. But we are going to find the fairway here, surely. Don't kick me in. Don't kick me into the rough. No way. It's another par 5 where I've missed the fairway. And I'm never going to get there in 2 now. That is a pity. Because anything on that fairway, we could have attacked this green. But I'm just going to have to lay up here. Wow. Laying up with a 9 iron, hacking it out the rough. And hopefully that's going to leave me a nice yardage. I think it's probably going to be a pitch shot.
Solid work back in the fairway.
So 100 yards to the pin, a 15 mile per hour wind. Let's fully attack this with the pitch and wedge pitch. I have applied full backspin here. Ball will shoot left due to the slope and the wind. Oh, what an execution. This should be really good. Should spin back. Didn't spin back at all. It must be an uphill slope. Why? I'm quite surprised at that. Hopefully I can convert this putt. Don't want to leave it short. Should turn from right to left slightly. Just going to overhit it and take a little bit of the break out. Solid putt right into the centre of the green. I do move to 7 under par. And hole number 11. Oh, is this drivable? I think we're probably going to find the bunker here, but I'm going to fully loft up the driver and try and carry this bunker. It's a tiny fast. Only got 99%. Wow. I fully expected to carry that bunker there. The wind just catching me out. Not the best of tee shots at all, but this is horrible. 68 to 77% lie at my feet, so I am going to have to pitch this. Full off, full backspin, and let's try and fully attack this one. Just looking to land this short at the pin. Hopefully it comes out well. Oh, that's not come out well at all. That lie was absolutely horrible. I should have went another 2 clubs up there. But we are now in bogey territory here. Need to get this up and down for the par save. And this is not the easiest of shots. Try to flop this out of here. It's another horrible lie. Now see, that came out a lot better than expected. Sometimes this game really frustrates me with the lie percentage. I had the exact same lie in the bunker, I do believe. That didn't come out well, so I was thinking that that ball wouldn't have come out as hot as well. And it's came out, and we've went way past the pin, 27 feet past the pin to be exact. That's a poor putt. That really is a terrible bogey. That's a really scoreable hole as well, and I have made a mess of it, so I do drop back down to 6 under par. So hole number 12, let's try and find the left-hand side of this fairway. That's a nice tee shot. And that ball is going to run on, and this is going to leave me a very short approach shot. Is that a castle off there in the distance? A castle ruin by the looks of things. Let's see if we can get close to that. Wow. Absolutely spectacular. I have never seen that in the game before. But you can see that Arctic Fury has utilised a few of the latest assets available to designers. Let's see if we can get this one dialed in. I'm really in between clubs here. Is lob wedge going to get there with that wind behind me? 117. Oh, I tell you what. I really am in between clubs. Let's go Sam wedge. Full off, full backspin. Try and land this just past the pin and hopefully it spins back. It's a lovely strike. That's coming up way short. That's came up way short. I fully expected that ball to carry a lot further than what it did with the wind behind me. I seem to be totally miscalculating the wind today at times. Surely that turns. It does turn. We still walk away with the birdie. We do get back to 7 under par after that drop shot. And hole number 13. Oh, look at this pin. Right on the edge of the cliff face here. 6 iron with a good bit of draw here. Try to turn this from right to left against the wind. It's a slow and I've pushed it right. I think this may run off the green, you know. That swing line today, where I am pushing it right, has really punished me on occasions today. Well, let's see if I can chip this one up and down for the par. This has actually got a chance of going in if we can get a line. Going to be aggressive once again. Don't want to leave it short. Want to give this a chance of going in. We had the weight, just never had the line there. But that's going to be a tap-in par. But some of these panoramic views are just absolutely outstanding. This is a course with a difference from Arctic Fury, in my opinion. But hole number 14, into this 13-mile-per-hour wind. It's a long par 4. It's a par 5, actually. I do beg my pardon. So taking this down the right-hand side. Certainly not going to reach this in 2 with this 15-mile-per-hour wind. But let's see if we can find the gap, thread the eye of the needle here. Try to find the fairway in between the 2 hazardous mounds. It's a lovely strike. Can I get a firm kick out? Yeah, it's just going to come up short. We almost very nearly landed it on that intended target. But that's worked out nice. 36 yards left to the flag stick. Flop into this wind should be good. Just going to loft it up a touch. Would rather be short than long in this one because it would leave me an uphill putt. Come on, wind. Come on, wind. We're actually long, so that is going to be a downhill putt. The wind just doesn't seem to be affecting the shots as much as I'm expecting them to, and that's a terrible putt. That really is a poor putt. I've made a hash of some of the par 5s today. That's disappointing. Should have got to 8 under there. That's a really disappointing par. It keeps me at 7 under par with 4 holes remaining. Let's see if we can finish strong. This is a drivable par 4. I'm going to try and play the bank shot off the right-hand side of this fairway. The wind's actually going to do a huge favour here because we would be far too long otherwise.
There we go. Nice swing on that one.
It's another push right. It's on target though. This ball should comfortably kick left and hopefully onto the green. Oh, it's kicked severely left. Wow. And it's kicked me into the heavy rough. That's just unlucky. Didn't get rewarded for trying to play that calculated, aggressive shot. Let's try and hold this eagle chip. Come on, run out. Just going to miss it on the left-hand side. But it will be another tap-in birdie. I should be a few strokes better off. Just a few mistakes today have cost me. But Arctic Fury courses really are scoreable if you are swinging well. But I would definitely say this is one of his more challenging courses that I can remember playing. So 4 iron, playing a wind here. This should be really good. How's that ball going so far right when I hit a tiny fast? That's going to run off the slope again. Had to be on the left-hand side of the green there. We just hold the green. And it's going to be an uphill putt, 41 foot out. Turning from right to left. Don't want to leave this one short. Want to give it a chance of dropping, but I can tell you now I've underhit it. Never really had the line either. That was a poor birdie putt. Straightforward par putt from 6 feet. It's been a very quiet back 9. 3 birdies and a bogey so far. But hole number 17, this is going to be a monster par 4. Green is on the other side of the water there. Let's fully loft this up, hang it up in the air, just taking these hazards out the way, hopefully. It's a lovely strike. Come on, wind. Don't tell me we're going to run into this rough here. Oh my goodness. And now I'm in trouble. Let's see if we can force a shot here. I am going to try and carry this cliff, but I don't think it's going to work. I'm going to have to hit this superbly well. Going to aim way left due to the wind. Ball's going to shoot left at my feet as well. Oh, it's a huge slow. That feels as if it's come out of nowhere.
Oh man, that's wet.
If I hit a fast there, I would have got away with it. But you certainly don't want to find the rough in this game on this course. It really is punishing. And this is just about getting this as close as we can. Playing this 16 mile per hour wind, lie at my feet. Full backspin on this gap wedge. It's a tiny slope. It may kick hard left here. It does. I might just get away with a bogey. That was a favourable kick. I've been due on this round, to be fair. I'm just going to play this putt firm. Should hold its line, does hold its line. That was a little bit too firm. I do drop back to 7 under par. And the final hole, if this absolutely masterpiece by Arctic Fury, it's a split fairway. I'm taking this on. Let's go for the overpower, playing a wind. 104% power. That's going to work out really, really well. That will be a very short approach shot into this green. I thought for 1 second we were going to find the rough there.
Yards to the pin.
So 109 yards up 12 feet. Sand wedge. Should be good here. It is a perfect. Come on. Firm kick, surely. That is going to leave me a fairly straightforward putt from 13 feet.
8 under par.
A little bit of movement right to left here. Let's see if we can finish at 8 under par. That should turn. How on earth did that not drop? I think that just about sums my round up to date. That is going to be a very disappointing 7 under par. But what a fantastic golf course, guys. Make sure you get out there and play it. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure to smash the like button. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. And until the next video, take care, peace out, and love you all. Bye.